just before we went on that break. I love the excitement with which she spoke to us, even though she had just a few seconds to talk to us before we went on that break. Apologies to you, my lady. Well, we are here again. It's 10:32 or coming up to 10:33 on What's Up Lagos with the Tekers. And the family talk will resume shortly. Now, before we go into that, we're asking you to give us a report of what's happening in your neighborhood. And a number of messages have come in here. This one says, "Good morning, Nigerian for blind." Okay, I guess that's not for us. We'll fix that one. Okay. Someone said, "Man, it's my area is really boring. Oh, nothing is happening." Israel from Edui, Festac Town. Thank God you're listening to the radio show because you take the boring off. And we will be talking today on the Family Talk about depression in kids and teens. We started yesterday. So, guys, we'll get into that full effect. But let me also remind you that you can be a part of the broadcast by either calling any of these numbers. First, you can call 0700 993 993 993. 0700 993 993 993. Or you could also call, if you're a lady, woman, you can call 01465 7190. 01465 7190. If you are a woman, that's a number to call. Today, we'll continue our conversation on something, your opinion on depression in kids and teens. We'll also highlight how to recognize, specifically, how to recognize depression in kids and how to get help for them on the Family Talk. We laid the foundation yesterday, and we'll also talk about how to get help, getting help for kids who are facing depression. But we also want to get more reports from you if you have suspected that you have a kid around you who is going through depression, or how you handled it. If you perhaps did not know that kids actually go through depression, because a lot of parents will call and say, "I did not know, how do you know," and all that. So perhaps at the end of the conversation today, you'll be able to identify one or two things regarding the topic and how to deal with them. We'll have a number of questions for you. Your opinion on depression in kids, we'd like to know. How can you as a person recognize depression in kids? We're asking that. If you know, you can share with us. How can you help your child overcome depression, or a child? Sometimes the parents, you see, there are irresponsible parents. I know. We all know. We have a number of them. From their act, their action, their decision, the things they do. We can see and tell. So I'm not saying calling anyone irresponsible, but it's a fact that there are people who knowingly or unknowingly are acting irresponsibly regarding taking care of their kids. So even if you are a neighbor and you notice a child that's, or maybe you go to a certain area, you notice that a child could be going through depression, and the parents may not even know, how do you step in to help in that situation? So we get into that full effect right after we go on a quick break. Right now, I love me some music, so hey, we'll let this play, come back, and we do it our way. Right here, Nigeria's number one for Talk 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is main conversation on the Family Talk today. It's 10:39. Welcome, welcome, and welcome indeed. Now, like we said yesterday, depression is more than occasionally feeling blue, sad, or down or dumb. You know, depression is, we also established yesterday, that it's a strong mood involving sadness, discouragement, despair, and hopelessness that could last for weeks or months, depending, or even longer, depending on the situation. Now, depression, we also established yesterday, that affects more than just a person's mood. It affects the thinking too. It interferes with the ability to notice or enjoy the good things of life. And that's where it's even more painful. When you are depressed, things around you just look sad. You hardly pay attention to the positives of life. Depression drains your energy. It takes away your motivation. It destroys your concentration. The normal activities that you enjoy doing, you start finding yourself withdrawing from them. And because we are talking about depression in kids, let me also state here that depression, for kids, it's normal for kids to feel depressed. It's normal for them to feel sad. It is normal for them to feel down. It's normal for them to also feel irritated. It is also normal, because they're human beings, for them to be in bad moods from time to time. But you know, when negative feelings and thoughts cannot linger for a long time, it has an effect. It limits the child's ability to function normally. You don't want to have your kids not function normally. It might also lead to extreme, depression, which also could lead to suicide thoughts. Yesterday, there was a caller who called and said, when she was 12, she considered suicide. She was depressed to the point that she considered suicide. We heard about a caller yesterday who also reported a case where a child ran onto a moving vehicle saying, was it an Okada? "Take my life, I'm tired, damn me, jam me, let me go." Luckily for this Okada or the child, the Okada rider, if you know what I mean, spotted this child early enough and decided to, use the last energy he had to, apply on the brakes, and did not hit the child. And the child was angry, according to the reports of the caller yesterday, saying that, "Hey, why didn't you kill me? Let me die. This suffering is too much." In that case, that depression, that suicidal thought was as a result of violence at home, because this kid was consistently being beaten and treated as trash. And that has been some of the stories of so many kids today, especially with the current economic situation of things among Nigerian parents. So today, our focus is to talk about recognizing depression, especially parents recognizing depression in their children, their kids and teens. We know that it's really hard for you to be able to recognize and identify, like we highlighted yesterday. When a child is depressed, the child might act irritable or be in an angry mood. And this might be wrongly interpreted by the parent if the parent is not sensitive enough to think that it might be depression. And then you get things like the guy is stubborn. We interpret every act of a child to mean stubbornness. And that can lead to further dampen the mood, the morale, dampen the spirit of the child, and then end up causing more depression.
Coming! Oh, Vincent, just the person I want to see. You're welcome. Please sit down, sit down.
What happened, Chief? You're looking all bright and cheerful today, unlike last week when...
Forget about last week. I now have my insurance policy from
wants to stay on their own, or the child is losing sleep or losing appetite, like we mentioned yesterday, this might just be signs of depression. So you might want to probe further. You might want to ask questions. So we have a few steps to guide you. But before we get into that, I want to ask you if you have been able, you've experienced a situation where you had to, deal with depression in your child. How did you recognize? How did you identify it? Now, this is not a regular conversation, but it's something that would change a life out there. There could be a parent listening. I'm sure there's a parent listening who probably has been wondering, perhaps is planning to take the child for deliverance to the mountain to further compound the issue. Probably telling the child that we are going to fast and pray. Starving the child more further just because they feel that the child is possessed. Not even knowing that it could be just depression. And that's why your opinion and your personal experience is very important. So we talk about some of the steps dealing with a depressed child and helping them come out. We'd also give you some of the contacts through which you could, find help. So I'll just highlight a number of them. One, parent, you need to talk with your child about depression. Yeah, talk to them about depression. They should be educated and they should know what depression is and how it can be caused and what could lead to depression. Kids, for the best part of my knowledge, kids might ignore or hide or even deny how they feel. Sometimes they say, "Are you okay?" "Yes, I'm okay." You know how frustrating that is. Right? They might hide it. And they might not even realize that they are depressed because the children, they may not know what it means. Even for the older kids and the teens, they might act like they don't want help. You know how teenagers are, like, "I don't need your help, I beg." But they're going through depression. But if you talk to them about it, still talk to them about it and let them understand. And they may figure out on themselves, or you could point them in the direction of the fact that, look, it looks like with these signs and the way you're feeling, you're actually depressed and you might need some help, and then show them to where to find help. You might need to also do scheduling or schedule a visit to your child pediatrician. Aha. So the doctor will certainly help, do what is a complete physical examination, and then the full exam will let the doctor check your child for other health conditions that could cause depression like symptoms. And if the doctor thinks your child is depressed, or in a similar mood disorder, he or she might refer you to a specialist for evaluation and treatment. So you might want to make that decision right now. Take your child to see a pediatrician. Very important. I would also give you this before I get back to the calls and find out from you how you handled it, or if you're in that situation right now that you suspect that your child is going through depression. You might need to just go straight and contact a mental health specialist. Now, depression can get better. Yeah. But without help, it can last and even get worse. And a child or adolescent, psychiatrist or psychologist, if you like, can evaluate your child and recommend treatment. All right. So you might want to take that route. There are more ways to help. See a therapist. It's important for you to take that step too. Let me stop now and get back to the phone calls and hear from Lagos this morning. Child depression, or depression amongst children, is what we're focused on the Family Talk today. And I'm standing in for the Tekes on What's Up Lagos Family Talk. If you want to call and share with us if you have been in that situation or you suspect that your child is going through that, is 0700 993 993 993. Good morning, What's Up Lagos? Who's on the line? Hello? Okay. 0700 993 993 993. You can send a WhatsApp to 0809 597 5805. 0809 597 5805. Hey, What's Up Lagos? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, let me
Mom?
turn that down. Yes, sir. I don't want to give my name.
Okay.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that what I want to say is probably like a prevention stroke solution in the sense. I personally was depressed as a child, and I feel like if parents create an atmosphere where their children feel like they can talk to their parents, it makes a difference. Now, like you said, sometimes you speak to a child, you ask about depression, and they will not want to speak.
That's right.
It's very real, and it's even more common than them speaking out, and that is because they feel like they cannot. Now, for starters, depression, I believe that one of the major reasons for depression, especially chronic and really deep depression, is because the person feels helpless. Now, you can give all the tips and say, oh, be happy, do this, talk to this, but sometimes just putting those tips to practice and making it work is so difficult. So the person, gets back to the situation like, okay, I don't know what to do.
That's right.
So this person feels extremely helpless, and that is where you slip into depression, where you don't know what you don't know what you would do, and then it's like suicide is the next option because I'm just tired. I want to end it. So and obviously, if I feel helpless, I need help.
That's right.
And I'm helpless because I feel like no one can give me help and I can't talk to anyone. But if I had a problem, and I felt like I can speak to someone who can help me, it's harder to fall into depression that bad.
That's
so what I do is, Mommy, this is what I'm feeling. Daddy, this is what I'm feeling. I don't know why, I can't understand it, and I need help. But when I feel like I can't tell my mom this, what will my mom say? Or someone touched me the wrong way, if I tell my mom, they'll blame me. But I don't know what to do. But I'm feeling this way, and I don't know. I just slip into depression. And if I talk to my mom and I have a bad reaction, trust me, the next time I will not talk to her. So, and I remember being, I think, 22 or so, I was serving. So I wasn't even a kid. I was serving. And then I started a YouTube channel, and my first episode was on depression and how to get out of depression. And my mom saw it, and she called me back home. And I was like, what's so important? I need to come back home to visit. And then they sat me down to have a talk with me. And then they were like, oh, why you put this out there? It's like you're depressed. Like, it seems this. And I'm like, I am depressed. I'm trying to get out of it. I'm working on myself. And my parents go, are you stupid? Have you committed suicide? If you are depressed, why have you not committed suicide? At that point, I'm like, man, like, this is just pointless. So for parents, it's not just about finding out your child is depressed and trying to find a solution. Be that parent right from the beginning that your child feels like, I have this. Hey, mommy, daddy, this is happening to me.
That's right.
So that if and when they fall into depression, because depression is common, a lot of things in life can make anyone fall into depression.
That's right.
You can have a loving home, or you go to school and you're different, and then you slip into depression because people, pick on you. But be that parent from the start that your child can say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. And to start with, you can start from understanding your child individually and not creating these ridiculous stereotypes they need to follow. Even if you have rules or ways they need to be, talk to them. Children have a mind. They want to be heard.
That's right.
They want their voice to be heard. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'm talking too much.
No, it's okay. I mean, you made your point, and I'm enjoying that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Only that you choose to be anonymous. But valid points there. She's saying that specifically, in as much as it's important for you to, identify if your kid is going through depression, it's also important for you to create an atmosphere from the onset, especially as parents, that your kids could look up to, I can talk to you about how they feel, especially when they have a feeling that is inexplicable, so that they can talk to you. Because if they cannot, and if you are not even positioned in the place where you can help, then it makes it even worse. And that's why they start taking suicidal. We're talking about depression in kids and teens. If you had that experience, or probably you are depressed right now, and you can't find your parents to talk to, perhaps you could share. Perhaps we could find help on radio today. 0700 993 993 993. Let's take one call before we go straight to the newsroom. All right, great, guys. We take a break and go to the newsroom. When we come back, it'll be time for us to take more of your messages and calls on this topic, depression in children and teens. Would you like to share what are the common causes in our present-day reality of depression in kids? Have you noticed any sign that suggests that you are depressed as a kid? Have you been able to talk to your parents about it, or you find it difficult to have that conversation? Whatever the situation, let's talk right after the break.
It's 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Kaduna State government has inaugurated a committee to develop the curriculum for the certification of our Almajiri school teachers in the state. Now, the Commissioner for Education in the state, Dr. Shehu Mohammed, said that the committee is tasked with the developing and training and retraining framework of all Almajiri teachers in the state. Lagos State government has appealed to the federal government to extend the road rehabilitation work on Lagos-Badagry Expressway from Okukomaiko to Badagry. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu made the appeal when the House of Representatives Committee on Works paid him a courtesy visit in Lagos. The Department of Petroleum Resources says 50% of the shortlisted companies for a marginal field oil operations have been awarded letters in different oil locations in the country. And the award letters were presented to the operators in Abuja on Monday, which marks the end of the bid round process, which started on June the 1st, 2020. Indigenous groups in Canada are calling for a nationwide search for mass graves at the residential school sites after the remains of 215 children were discovered at a former school last week. Now, the discovery of the bodies confirmed rumors within indigenous communities that children were buried at schools. And lastly, tennis world number 2 Naomi Osaka has announced her withdrawal from the French Open following a controversy surrounding her refusal to speak to the media during the tournament. In a statement announcing her withdrawal from the tournament, Osaka said she never wanted to be distracted or to be a detraction to the event. With that, we conclude the stories we are tracking this hour. You get a more comprehensive package of news come your way at 12. Stay tuned. We continue with the family talk with the Tekes right here on Nigeria's number one for talk 99.3 Nigeria Info. On the family talk today, we're looking at depression in children, and we want your opinion on this, and also we'd like to find out if you are depressed at the moment as a child, or if you as a parent, you perhaps have been following the conversation since yesterday. You'd like to share with us what you think the common causes of depression in our children and teens could be. 0700 993 993 993. That's the number to call. 0700 993 993 993. You can also call us a lady. 01465 7190, 01465 7190, or even send a WhatsApp message to 0809 597 5805. That's how you can be a part of our broadcast this beautiful morning right here, Nigeria's number one for talk 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The news updates.
The academic staff union of universities is complaining about the lack of facilities to maintain coronavirus procedures in universities.
Exciting conversation anytime and anywhere.
No government in the history of Nigeria has targeted.
What will they be doing exactly?
They'll be doing different types of community service that are peculiar.
Stay with 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
All right, the phone lines are buzzing. We go straight to the calls and hear more from Lagos this morning. Hello, what's up, Lagos? Good morning to you.
Oh, good morning. Hi.
Hi, who's on the line?
Hi. Yeah, I'm a first-time caller. My name is Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. Welcome. Let's talk.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah.
I wanted to just thank the first caller.
All right.
The nail on the head.
Yeah.
I think the problem we have in Nigeria is starting from when the kids are young. You can't just... Okay, let me use my family for example, and I think that's how at least 80% of Nigerians were brought up. So I'm my twins and so are my siblings. And I think our parents kind of focus more on giving you good education, making sure you're healthy. You don't really want to connect emotionally. And when you're older, you now want to be like, come and tell me about your boyfriend, come here and tell me about your life. Then the disconnect is already there, you don't really want to be telling your parents things like that. So my younger brother was depressed a few years ago.
Wow.
And the moment I saw it, I knew what it was. He had finished school, he couldn't get a job. And initially, when he was in school, he was kind of doing a little bit bad. And, parents would be like, yeah, you're responsible, you're this, you're that. But you don't want to dig deep. Well, like, aside from academics, this guy is not okay. He's not dumb, so there's something else that is wrong. But parents, no, he doesn't want to go to school, things like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of dragged on to he finished school and, job started. And, Nigeria, once you look for a job 3 months and you don't get it, you're already depressed.
You go straight into depression. That's right.
Because you can get a job, but you're not just getting it because you don't have the right connections.
Yeah.
So, he fell into this depression. He wasn't eating. He would be locked in his room. I would be, knocking on his door to be sure he's even alive.
That's right.
I'm telling my parents, look, I think this guy we need to see somebody. And finally, we ended up seeing, we went to the hospital, we went to see a therapist, we had a family therapy session. And from what I learned in the whole thing, you have to start from when you're young.
All right. Thank you,
Kids
sir.
need reinforcement. They need to feel like whatever it is that you're doing, you're with them.
That's right.
They don't want to play ball. If you play ball with them till they get, they lose interest in it. They don't make it look at you, your mates are reading this the rubbish you're doing. That's the kind of things that kids don't like.
That's right.
We don't say, this kid is stubborn. It's not about that. Not everybody's stubborn.
That's right.
Some kids just need to feel like they have someone on their side. So that's just what I wanted to say. And I feel like if you keep on saying go to the hospital, some parents don't mind. They will just go, so they'll give them drugs.
That's right.
And put your kid on mood stabilizer, and that's also not good.
That's right.
Because then your kid might get addicted to it, and that's even worse than the depression itself.
Absolutely.
So we need to know how to balance it. Parents need to be more emotional with their kids, more connected.
All right.
And I'm really glad to see that the new parents are really trying.
That's
Because
right.
I'm sorry, the old parents, unfortunately, they dropped the ball. So I really hope that's what people are going to do this time around. These generation parents, try as much as possible. Connect to your kids.
That's
Play
right.
with them. Talk to them. Know what's happening in their lives.
Absolutely.
That's how they're able to talk to you. They can walk up to you and talk to you even when they're in their 30s, their 40s.
That's right.
Be
That's
their
right.
friend as well, be their parents as well. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Well said indeed. Well said indeed. Well, we have another call coming in from Anonymous. Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Who's on the line?
Please, can I remain anonymous?
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Apologies. I almost forgot that. Let's talk.
Okay. I want to use myself as an example.
All right.
When I was kind of growing up, I kind of had a guy pretends to be a family member.
All right.
Or friend, I mean. But whenever I go to his house, the stuff that he will be telling me will be like opposite of what my parents is kind of telling me, letting me know, or teaching me. That was how it started. From there, he kind of, should I say, started washing my brain to reset it to his own, for me to dance to his own terms and conditions. There was a certain day that I now find myself, I went to his house to kind of visit him. We were sitting down. From there, before I know it, from one discussion or the other, as usual, the next thing, he kissed me.
Okay.
From the kissing, like, I was a child, but I know what was going on. But that wasn't like, I didn't feel right. Lucky enough, the neighbor kind of knocked consistently before he stood up to go and attend to the neighbor.
Okay.
That was how I was able to leave the house.
Wow.
I couldn't tell my parents about it because they were strict. They won't believe me. Rather, that's the kind of beating that I will receive. You understand?
Absolutely.
So that's why I kept that to myself.
Up to date.
Up to this date.
Wow.
Up to now that I'm telling you. I haven't told anyone before. If parents can actually try as much as possible, free themselves, you can't be just like at times pretend to be a child to be able to understand the child.
That's right.
Don't pray parents, adults of 18 all the time to your kids.
That's right.
That's if it's what they were like. They understand me that way or they train me that way. I could have opened up to them.
That's right. Wow.
But no,
Wow. What an
I
experience.
escaped it. Do I know if another person that he must surely try it with another person? Do I know if that person escaped it or not?
Wow, that's just it's really sad, a sad experience indeed. But what kind of effect did that have on you?
My brother, as I'm talking to you now, my child cannot even spend like 5 minutes in somebody's house without me being present there. Because that mindset that
Still there, yeah.
that might happen to him or her is there.
Wow, that's traumatic, man. Really,
I
really.
he always constantly reminds me, maybe when I see a child being held by someone else that is not his parent, it triggers this thing out. It makes me like start feeling, oh, is he going to or not?
Wow.
So I've been living from that misery, all from then till now.
Wow.
Because of what? Because strict parents.
That's right.
Be a child for once to understand your child.
That's right. Well said. Thank you so much, and sorry about your experience. I think you should still see. It's never too old to seek for help, whatever. Just share that experience. Find a way of letting it out. I'm happy that you shared it on radio, but you can still see an expert to ensure that you can, deal with that once and for all. Thank you so much, and for the boldness to share your experience with us, guys. We're talking about depression in kids and teens. How can parents help their children come out of depression? What are the common causes of these kids? In fact, for most of the comments we've gotten today, it looks like most parents are the cause of their children going into depression. It sounds sad, but it is what it is. All right. How can parents now do better? Well, Wale is calling from Lagos Island. He's a first-time caller. Hi, good morning, Wale. Good morning to you.
Good morning. What's up,
What's up, Chester Live? Well, welcome. Let's talk.
I've been trying to reach you for 2 years now.
Wow.
The thing currently happening to the same thing guy did to Nana.
No, I can't hear you. What did you say?
I said that the same thing that happened, the guy just said.
Oh, the same thing happened to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
The family did the same to me. You understand?
Yeah.
So, let's put that aside. Recently, I have children. The kind of thing, the psychology is trying to you and Andrea was speaking about the child, right? You can see that in my thoughts. A lot. Jesus. Sometimes I will come back. This boy will see the
Sorry. Are you using hands-free or an earpod?
Okay, let me go out. Let me go.
Yes, please, because I cannot. The sound is fluctuating and it's affecting the message. So yes.
I'm now.
Okay, it's better. Great. Let's talk.
I'm in a confined place.
Okay.
So my wife has a class.
Okay.
We want a boy to be reading 24/7. Sometimes I will come back to a teacher. I will see the boy. We bought bicycle. Let's go and ride bicycle. 5 minutes. So no, you have to read this, this topic. You have to finish it. I said, Sometimes I will come back. I see that this boy will be reading. I say, Daddy, you need to go out and play. Mommy is coming. So I will go to I say, drop that book and go to the job. By the time the boy go and play, I say, come inside. No, let this boy play. That will not lead to depression. Sometimes they will only be reading that book. They will be in the room. They will only be flipping pages. They are not getting what they are reading. So I'm not saying, sometimes you allow children to play. Our own is not like, no, leave them. That's what she was. No, not in my house. Children have time to play. You know what I'm saying? To play. Are you hearing me?
Well, listen to you.
Okay. I think on Saturday, maybe assignment they give them on Friday from school, they will have done it. Say, no, that place, let them just go and do it. You know the kind of thing that coming from church around to it. Me, I will have gone out and come back around to it in the night. They will still be reading. Cartoon bought there. They need to know how to read. This is to go and summarize. This is what look dictionary. Sometimes it's time to fight between you and her that I'm telling you. Sometimes what is this? And as a Christian, you can't start dragging issues and say, no, I'm just tired. Sometimes we didn't literally on Saturday, I'm going out. They want me to be around on Saturday. So that if I'm around, you will not be able to, they will read at least now and ride bicycle and play ball. But this one, just sit down in their room. Even the cartoon, sometimes I will give them my phone and watch cartoon for them. You come and collect the phone, go and read the book.
Wow.
It's not about being reading. These are just going to secondary school.
Have you discussed this with them?
13 years of marriage. How long will I have?
Wow.
13 years.
Wow.
Every time. And people say, no, that person is not so. She was wired. Want to break your marriage. Sometimes I will come back, see mark on the boy body.
But okay. Wow.
Yesterday about mass, about Hango. Got it.
Wow.
You know, he can't get it that way. I do university.
Okay.
Sometimes I will come and teach him because of time.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have time.
Okay, now because of what you're saying.
It's just, I even want to report to Lagos State one time. How can you be beating a child like this?
But
I will come back to Mark. He has taught him yesterday, he didn't get it. So that depression, that person just connect that is at least a depression. Because we just see them moodily like this.
Wow, you have to do something drastic. Wale, your line was not very clear, but if I could pick it, he's complaining about the way the wife is treating the children. And the fact that, she's very strict and read your book. Even when they're supposed to play, just read your book. And he can sense that these kids are even depressed as a result of this. And, he said for 13 years he's been talking about that. Lagos, what do you think he should do? How do you think he should handle this situation? What's up, Lagos? Good morning. Hello, Obina. Oh my. We kept Obina for too long. I guess he went away. Guys, when you call in, try as much as possible to keep it within 1 minute of your time to talk. There are a lot of calls coming in. A lot of people want to contribute. The idea is not just for us to hear ourselves, but also prefer a solution and bring up the talking points and find ways of addressing this very, very serious issue that a lot of children go through, and parents as well, is depression in children and kids. That's our focus on the Family Talk, your number one family radio show right here with the Tekers on Nigeria's number one for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's get to hear who's on the line next and what they're saying. You can send a WhatsApp, by the way, to 0809 597 5805. 0809 597 5805. If you're a lady, you have a dedicated line for all the women out there. The line is 01465 7190. 01465 7190. That's for women only. Hello, what's up, Lagos?
Hello, what's Lagos?
Good morning. Yes, cheers to life.
Good morning.
Wow.
How is everything?
We're fine. How are you two?
Yeah, I'm good. I hope Andrea too is good.
Yeah, she should be fine. She's okay. She'll be.
Yes. My known experience, what I want to contribute is that the way we can help the kids.
Yeah.
I want to remain anonymous. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My husband will beat the children like as if he's rearing cattle.
Wow.
He will tie their neck to their legs.
What?
And then he will start beating. And one of the times I was in the hospital, my child had to jump over the fence to the next compound because the torture was too much.
Wow.
And each time I try to caution him that this way you are bullying, it's not even training. It's not the right way. You say, I don't want them to discipline. I don't want him to discipline the children. It is just too much. Parents can help if they want to discipline. Let it be moderate and not deadly punishment. And these children are asthmatic children, yet you will tie their necks to their leg. So parents should just please be careful with the way they discipline. You can have conversation with them. Talk to them maybe once in a month. Just let them sit down with you, have a table talk with them. What you've been doing that they don't like, what they have been doing that you don't like. You can settle things that way. So that's my little contribution.
Well, thank you so much.
Parents, not bullies to their children.
Man, thank you so much for your contribution. I keep listening on the radio because I have a comment to make. I mean, some time ago we also talked about, yesterday specifically, I think Andrea mentioned that one of the ways that children get depressed easily is when there's violence in the home. Now, we're talking about violence between the parents. Now, it becomes worse when the violence is meted out on the child. It becomes worse, and that's the situation with last caller. I don't know what to say, and it's tough sometimes as a parent, maybe one parent. Okay, now, the last two callers. The previous one was a man who called about the wife beating the children, treating them very harshly, all in the name of discipline. And he can sense that these kids are being depressed or are going into depression, extreme depression as a result of this. And it now becomes a tough place as the man now to make that decision. Okay, what do I do? It's your partner. Now he's in that tight corner. The last caller now, who remained anonymous also, talked about the fact that the husband, violently treats the children all in the name of discipline. Tying their neck to their foot. I mean, that's a crime. That's a crime. That's the least I can put it. It's a crime. And parents, I can only appeal to you. I know it could be frustrating. Don't use your own frustration, your own depression or frustration on these children. Because one day, they're going to grow. And when they grow, they'll remember these things. They're going to pay you back. And they could pay you back really hard. I'm telling you. I'm grown right now. I had the worst experience in terms of violence, being beaten anyhow. I remember at the moment I became a teenager and I could defend myself, I started dragging it with the person who was beating me and saying, you can't do this anymore. I'm grown now. I could plan, I could kill you. I mean, I said things like that before I knew better and made the right decision. So the truth is, these things will affect these kids, and you are just destroying their lives unknowingly. And it might come back to haunt you if you do not address it. Because right now you feel you're the man, you're the father, or you're the adult, you have the power. You will not always be strong. Remember that. If for no reason, if for this one reason alone you change your ways, I would advise you do. Especially for the last caller, you might need to seek help beyond yourself. Because you can't stay there and watch until one day they kill your children, all in the name of discipline. You have to look for help. If it means talking to him and I don't know what if talking cannot work. I can't advise you, but you need to look for help, maybe professional help. If you have to see a counselor, please, if you need us to hook you up with a counselor, I'm sure we can do that. And you can send us an email to Family Talk with the Tekes, Family Talk with the Tekes @gmail.com. All right. Really sad story. Man, we're talking about depression in children and teens. We're looking at the common causes of depression in children and teens in our present day Nigeria. If you have a personal experience to share, it would be great to hear from you, because the idea is for us to hear experiences and also find ways of finding lasting solution to some of these particular issue we're talking about today. 0700 993 993 993. What's up, Lagos? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Who's on the line?
I'd rather not say my name.
All right, great. Hope you're okay.
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Let's talk.
Yes, I'm a teenager. I'm 18 years old.
Okay.
And I've actually been facing depression since I was at least 6 years old. And I'm still currently facing depression, and I know I need help because every day I have to cry myself to bed, and I just need help. Like, I just need to be okay, and I don't want to feel like this anymore.
Wow. Calm down. I just need to calm down, first of all. See, you've taken the right step. The boldness for you to call the radio station and share this means that you are just a step away you found help, all right? Thank you. First of all, calm down, all right? And see the positives that you have been bold enough to talk about this. It means that help is already here for you, all right? Just hang on there. We're going to get your number, and we'll point in the direction of help. All right, and we'll inquire further to find out what exactly the challenge is. But from what you're experiencing, all right, what exactly do you think could be the reason? Is there somebody or something that is pushing you to feel this way?
It's my family and every other person around me.
Okay. What exactly are they doing?
Sometimes I would like to share on air too, but I need help.
All right. Okay, great. So we're going to get your number. Just hang on there. Please, I need you to cheer up, all right? It's not the end of the world. There's a lot more. You're 18. There are a billion. You have, like 100 more years to live. So you are going to enjoy the rest of your life. So please don't let whatever situation, whatever family or whoever weigh you down. I just need you to hang on there for a moment. We'll get your number, and then we'll get back to you and point in the direction of help and inquire more, all right? But please, remember that you're not alone in this. And the best way is not to give up. Please do not give up on yourself. If everyone else does not believe in you, do not give up on yourself. All right, please. I'm just begging you. And you found a friend in us, the Tekes, who would certainly reach out to you and see how we can point in the direction of help. All right, great. A lot going on, guys. Just like we thought, a lot of teenagers, a lot of children are depressed, and most of the causes coming from family members. We'll talk about this more after the break.
Apollo, my guy. How every now?
Benjo, what is now? That is money you just call me.
See, 9 Mobile, they give me call bonus while I finish. Now all my guys go here.
If you never recharge your 9 Mobile line for 40 days or more, recharge 200 naira and above, and we go.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at